Right lads, take two. Take two. We know the rules for this. If we crash out of that one, we get to do a restart. And if we crash again, it's game over. So here we go then. Hopefully we can have a better start this time and not get taken out by the AI like we did there and cause a massive pile-up. But we survived turn one this time, so it's a good start then. We lost one position to Pascal Wehrlein, so not really fussed about that. But you guys get to see me chop a bit off there, so that's always nice. As we just clipped Alonso there, but we've gone down the inside of Wehrlein, and I think we're now back to where we were. Oh, Wehrlein's going for a move on the inside. Wehrlein's trying to do a cheeky move on me there at turn one, but doesn't work for you, my friend. So we're just going to have to hopefully pray now we don't crash, because once we cross the line, if we crash out the race, then we must retire. So only for the purpose of it's not fair for you guys to get yourself hyped for a race and then that happens. Was a bit annoyed about the AI though. It's one thing they've got right, but they've got wrong at the same time. There are two, the quicker, which gives me a bit of competition and makes the streams more fun. But the bad news about that is because they've made it so aggressive at the pace of them that we have to be more vigilant if they make moves and try and be aggressive. If a lot of you will potentially agree with me, we've been wiped out twice this season by AI in this season 4, so just not how we wanted it to do, but we're going to be back on streaming later, lads, at 8 o'clock for the AOR PC Split 1 race at Singapore. Hopefully we won't have any of the issues we had in last night's race with the subs, but I'm just going to clarify something later on tonight. If we don't have the issues that we had, then it may be the possibility of someone hosting the race with the subs for me. And they've got to have good internet as well to host, so something we need to think about. Nothing to think about now because we've got this Monaco race, so it's a waiting game then. It's just all about strategy here to win this race or get up the field. You've got to play your cards right in strategy, pit early, try and undercut a few people and work your magic. Raikkonen the fastest man on the track as Rosberg still leads this race. So all it is just you just got to keep going really. That's all you can do. Remember guys as well to follow me on Twitch if you are interested and like what you're seeing. We're almost at 1,000 followers on Twitch, so it would be amazing if we could smash that. The mods, if you're very kind to put my Twitch link in the comments on YouTube, that would be fantastic, because I'm going to probably do some exclusive stuff on Twitch and obviously some exclusive stuff on YouTube as well. But for career mode, I'm going to be expanding it out to both Twitch and YouTube, and the AOR stuff as well is going to be broadcasted on both, so just thought I'd just put that in the disclaimer. Also as well guys, the description regarding the wheel I'm using is wrong and I haven't had time to change it. Thanks to Nick for reminding me to change it, so I'll get that adjusted for the stream later for the AOR, which is at Singapore by the way, so which I'm absolutely dreading if I'm honest. So I won't be reading chat because this race is just like need to focus.
There's about a lap's worth of spare fuel in the car. You won't be able to run in mix 3.
So still in the points though. We've got Pascal Wehrlein behind us in P10. And we've got someone in P11 and P12. So definitely got to think about when to pit strategic wise. I know the ultras can go 20 laps ish because we did that. We did quite a long stint on the ultras last season, which won us the race, if I remember very well. But should be quite an interesting race, this one. I was just surprised though. Did you guys think the safety car should have come out for what happened at turn 1? and we would not be in the situation we're in now. Well, we would have been in a bit of a pickle with strategy, but because the super softs would not have got to the end of the race if we pitted on lap 1, and that's just gone badly. We've smashed into someone. Not my fault. Well, that was Pascal Verline, unfortunately. Oh, I can feel the handling now is a bit off, but first mistake of the race, but we're still going to carry on though with the damage. I think Verline's in the pits. He is indeed. Another one's in the pits as well. We're still in the points though. No, that's just gone badly wrong. Turn 1's a bit of a problem for me, Sandoval, if you've seen my practice streams. But the aim here is to hold off the pack behind. I'm not bothered about the front now, about the pace of the leaders up front. As long as we get points, that's all I want in this episode. We're already at 17% of tyre wear as well, especially on the front left. Something to think about there. As long as we can hold Bottas and co behind, we should be alright. Don't think I'll pit for a change of wing, because the wing's not too bad at the minute. And I think I'm in rich mix as well. Just got to take it easy now in the hairpin, in the slip, braking hard corners. Brake a little bit early for corners as well. It's going to be a thing. Got to be careful of that corner now. We're only lap 5 into this race as well. Nearly lost it at Rascasse. Bottas is going for a cheeky move on me there. And again, just held on Bottas there, but he's under pressure. Look at the train behind me of like some big names. We've got what? Bottas, Vettel, Verstappen behind me. I'm leading a massive train now of cars. Gotta be careful now. Just feel this is not working. A little bit wide. As long as I can just hold these guys off for the time being, then maybe go for the switch onto super softs early than I would have liked, then it could work for us. It's going to be quite tricky for us. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. I don't want to press that. Sorry about that, chaps. I'm still learning the controls for what my tyre wear is and all that malarkey, so... My bad. New wheel, new issues. Well, not massive issues, but I'm still learning what button does what. I should really configure it a bit more, but I'm trying to work out what button does what. I'm trying to change to like looking at the tyres and all that. Is that? No, it's not. Oh, well, I'm not going to bother by it now. Just got to focus now. We'll just have to see what Jeff mentions. I'm just trying to find the third tab where you can see what lap it tells you to pit on. Ran a bit wide on the hairpin. Ryan, do not do that. You'll just lose the position to Bottas. Put it to standard as well now. In a minute. After the tunnel, here comes Bottas. Gets a good run on us here. But can't get it done. We're going to try and get this point, lads. That's what we need right now. I just don't want to go on the softs, because the soft tyres are very bad around here, if I'm honest with you. Not the best tyres to be on. And luckily, because of the lack of straights here, the DRS isn't powerful enough to get people past one another, so we should be alright. As long as we keep it out of the wall, we should be fine here. And we've got to build at least a gap behind as well, because obviously if we make the change for the front wing, which I think I'll probably do now, we need to push. Because we've got, what, a 10-second deficit to the cars in front, so as I've said, not really bothered about everyone else. As long as we're in the points is where we want to be. We'll get the upgrade we need and score a little more GP's first points of the season. Kind of similar to Mana when they got their first points with the late Jules Bianchi, of course. So it would be quite good if we could do that. We'll have to wait and see how we crack on with these tyres, but I'm just getting to the groove now. That's what we need, a groove. As we're putting away from Bottas a little bit there, you can see behind on the map. We're starting to build a gap. Not much, but a gap. We have been quick in the last sector in qualifying, which is something to mention, so it's helping us avoid the DRS from behind. Because Bottas gets very good exits out a certain amount of corners than we do. But as long as we get 14th is where we have to be. We'll get an upgrade regardless, but my aim is the points. It'll only be 2 points, but 2 points means a lot for Little More GP on their quest to get up to the top of the field. A little bit of lockups there on the fronts, on both front and left tyre. But we're doing well so far. Remember, guys, as well to... Oh god, nearly hit the wall there. We've got a race later at 8 o'clock for AOR. Someone's in the pits already. I've just noticed that. Is it Hulkenberg's in the pits already? That's a bit audacious to pit this early for Super Softs as well. That's a surprise, I have to say. Hulkenberg definitely has to be on a 2-stop, has to be. Unless someone's not telling me something in chat. Oh, cheeky lock up, Ryan, avoid the wall! Oh my god, oh, Bottas has done me around the outside there. And we get the traction on Bottas, we're side by side with the Finnish driver who's now at Mercedes, and we've got it done just about. No, Bottas has just pinned me. And it's just going to cause a bit of a pile up there. So thanks, Bottas. You've just caused a pile up. And we get away with it there. And Bottas just caused an almighty pile up. But where is this? Where's the safety car in all of this? Safety car? The pile up isn't going to help anyone's cause. And it's just going to help the field up front as well spread out even more. But this is helping me a little bit. I don't know if Bottas has got damage or not, but I've never seen that before. How is that not a safety car, I wonder? Safety car is on. We haven't had a lot of safety cars this series. Well, in this season 4, we haven't had one yet, so I'm kind of baffled as to why that hasn't come up.
It looks like the car behind has a small amount of damage to the front wing, but it doesn't seem to be affecting performance.
So I'm surprised. If the safety car did come out, we would have gone super soft regardless now, because I think we would have gotten to the end of the race, but I'm just baffled really with that. So well, we've got 16 seconds to catch up to Alonso. I highly doubt that's going to happen.
Okay, some information on Perez. They have an issue with their car.
Wasn't Perez ahead of us here? I'm not too sure, but Checo's got issues with his car. Okay, it's ticked off as well. I've just noticed the front wing has been ticked on, so like we've had it before with issues with the game with front wing changes, hopefully it will give us a front wing. If it doesn't, I will be annoyed.
The gap to the car ahead is 10.5 seconds.
But remember, guys, the aim is points, so we're in 8th for the minute. which will give us 4 points for the team, which will be absolutely fantastic. We could actually jump Renault here in the standings as it stands, as we've got, I think, Perez is in the pit, so he was indeed the man ahead of us who's had issues, so that's definitely going to help us. So just take it easy through turn 1. Get back on that power, plus the gap as well behind to Bottas is not too bad, so I think Bottas has got damage as well on his front wing, same as what we have, so hopefully this is going to help us here and not get passed by Bottas in the pit stop phases, plus the gap's 5 seconds as well. Alonso's only 14 seconds as well, I've just noticed, so we've gained time on the Spaniard, I think. So we are catching up. Now we're in clean air as well. This is not too bad, I have to say. Take it nice and easy, just a bit too deep into the chicane there. So Alonso's pitting very soon, which is not too bad. Just getting that flat there nearly. As we've got someone else in the pits. Ricciardo's in for the super soft tyre. That might give you some signs of pitting early, I think. We'll just see if Bottas pits, then okay, he's not. He's staying out. And we're just ahead of Danny Rick, as he's just come out of the pit lane, and he's just ahead of the train, so that could help us here. And Jeff's just given me the indication. Obviously I can't change it because I do not know when we're pitting lap wise, but surprising to see some people have pitted this early. I think Hulkenberg definitely the surprise, I've got to say, so if you can get to the end on those tyres, I would be impressed. Soft tyres, yes, you can get to the end on them easily, but super softs is a bit of a question mark.
Okay, car behind is now running the super soft tyre. That's the super soft on the car behind.
So there are the leaders then at turn 1. Well, now going up the hill towards turn 2. Oh, this is so difficult now. The lack of grip as well, as the tyre starts to degrade, isn't starting to be an issue for us. Just missing the wall there. Is that Ricciardo right on our trumpets? Oh my god, it is as well. We've got a gap to Bottas as well, which is quite nice. Just hope we could be spoiling Danny Ricciardo's party. He took our seat last season. If you've been a follower of my channel on YouTube, you'll kind of know we took his seat, and since we left to do this new adventure, Ricciardo signed back to the team. So we went a little bit wide there, so Ricciardo could pass us here at some point. So I may box this lap actually and take a bit of a cheeky gamble here, because Bottas is in a bit of a battle with a lot of people behind with that train you can see on the map. So if we can take the initiative now to pit a bit earlier than usual. Remember, we did do like 20, I think it was 22 laps last season on the Ultras at the end of the race, so it is possible that we could go to that 22, but there's no point if we've started on the Ultras. So we'll box this lap, go onto the soft tyre, the super soft tyre, sorry, and work our magic, because we've got some other people in the pit lane. So we will box this lap. It's Button in the pits, so we'll make our way into the pit box now. We'll release Ricciardo, and I can relax for a bit. So I'm looking for. Oh my god, how many viewers? Jesus, so many viewers in the chat, in the stream, ridiculous. Thanks guys for the support. We're going to get a new front wing. We may as well take the front wing change now, and hopefully we'll be in some clean air, hopefully. I doubt it though, because here comes a train up ahead of us. Oh, I think Palmer, it's in there, Massa's in there as well. So we're down in 19th, so not too bad really, but now we've got a new front wing, we can absolutely smash it now with time, and we should have a bit more downforce on the car, so I will feel a bit of got to do a different driving style here. Don't have to brake early for corners. We can brake as little bit as late as possible, but we're just staying lean for a little bit just to get a feel for the car. See how it feels on super soft tyres. We've got Bottas's teammate Massa ahead of us here. So I would have liked to have been ahead of these two ahead of me, but it is what it is. So we'll go up to Rich now and we'll start to attack. We were pretty quick on the super softs in qualifying, if you guys saw the qualifying stream. So hopefully we can get past these guys quickly if we can, or they pit. Because they are on the ultras, of course. Danny Rick, the fastest man, 17.1. So now this is the perfect opportunity. Someone's in the pits as well. I don't know who it is, but we're a little bit too deep. Oh, Palmer and Massa stay out. But who pitted is the question. I do not know. But they're coming out just ahead of us here. I don't know who it is, but I know they're going to pip us anyway because we had to make the front wing change, of course. But we can't. They've come out just ahead of the train, so that's more annoying. But we're only 8 seconds off our teammate apparently. I'm not sure if that was what Jeff was mentioning, but I doubt it. Was that Verstappen? I think it was Verstappen and yeah, it is Max as well. Oh, come on. Come on, Massa. Massa's holding us up here as Verstappen's putting away. We may have to go for a lunge, possibly. Oh, just can't get it done. Can we get a good exit? No, we can't. We're stuck behind these two as Verstappen pulls away. Have to try with DRS maybe, as Ericsson's in the pits, our teammate. Let's try and go on the outside of Massa here. Oh, this is what a move that is. Unless he's pitting, that was a brilliant move there from us, and he was pitting. That's annoying. So we've got 1 place, 2 positions. Now it's my favourite driver in Formula 1, of course, Jolyon Palmer. Not. As he's the one that wiped us out in Bahrain, I think. And we'll just take him around the outside. Thank you very much, Palmer. Just about there. But look at the gap Verstappen's got. 5 seconds is the gap to me and Max. So we've got to get a move on now. If we want points, we need to get our arses into gear now. As Hamilton now 16.8, fastest man on track. So now's the time to push. Fastest in the middle sector now, as indicated by the purple on the track. Someone else is in the pits. A whole flurry of people in the pits now. So now is the time we need to get moving. Nearly hit the wall. Oh, it's Bottas as well. We're ahead of Bottas, and we're just ahead of Harrianto as well. As we think we went purple in the final sector as well, so we are on the charge now. I think we're nearly the fastest man on track as well, which is quite a shock for me. So, just the grip's perfect now. When we had to brake early for the Casino Square section, locking up as well. Make the hairpin there very cleanly as well. And we are catching up to Max. I don't know if Max is saving fuel at the minute, but we'll have to wait and see as Hamilton and Rosberg exchange fastest laps. So we're only 2 tenths off the pace actually, so I'm quite surprised really. I don't know if Hamilton and Rosberg are saving fuel at the minute, but we'll have to wait and see. But we are catching up to Verstappen again. So that's definitely where we need to be, and we have to fight with him on track because no one is going to pit again now once everyone makes their stops. Of course, being a one-stop race, unless you're Hulkenberg and you're going to be pitting again. Possibly. So we'll wait and see what Hulkenberg does. As Pascal Wehrlein's in the pits, I think. He is indeed, so we're up to 13th. As funny enough, we get the fastest lap of the race with a 0.5, so we're only what, 6/100ths quicker than Hamilton. So let's get some hype in the chat, guys, for the fastest lap.
Our gap to the car in front is 2.8 seconds.
We're only a second off the qualifying time as well, which is quite impressive. Forgot to mention that, but we can see just about Max Verstappen ahead of us. Our rival last season, which went down to the last race of the season, and the championship was won by only 0.3 of a second. That's how close it was. You're not going to get anything closer to that in a championship. Won't be this time round though, obviously with our new team.
Engine is showing small signs of wear. Power output will be down.
So the clouds are breaking through now, I've just noticed. So track temperature is going to be playing a massive factor now on these tyres. The wear will increase a little bit, but fuel's okay as well. 1.32 plus laps, which is completely fine. But we are hunting down Max quite quickly. People still have to pit off the super softs as well, as we're now at the halfway distance of this Monaco Grand Prix already, which is insane. So it's gone quite quickly this episode, I'm not going to lie. So we're what, 50 odd seconds off the lead, which I'm not really bothered about, if I'm honest with yous. Ooh, there's a whole flurry of cars ahead of us here. And this is for 10th place as well. I can see 10th, 9th as well. Nearly avoid the wall. Just got to give it everything we've got now. Just wish we had the safety car when we had the incident with Bottas. Then it would have played a massive, interesting role for the race. It is what it is. We've just got to carry on. It's landed a bit too aggressive on the curb, so that's cost us a bit of time. Verstappen's about to come up to someone ahead, so it's going to be interesting. Let's see how that goes. Remember, guys, as well, top right hand of the screen, if you can't see it, then you need to refresh it. As Jodie Palmer's out the race, so we're down to 21 drivers now. But yeah, the top right hand corner of your screen, there should be an eye on YouTube side of things. There's a poll. I want you to vote if you want me to keep the face cam on for future episodes of the series. It's entirely up to you.
Conditions to remain dry for a while. We will update you if the outlook changes.
So Verstappen being held up here is definitely helping me here. As we're coming on to lap 22 now of the race, only 18 laps to go.
The gap behind us is 4.3 seconds.
Now we're pulling away from Haryanto as well. Gap's now 4 seconds. Our rival, actually, currently in the season, is the Lord. And Verstappen's being held up massively right now. I don't know if it is a Ferrari or not. I don't know if it's Vettel, because Vettel was in that battle in the train ahead, so we'll have to wait and find out. But traffic is a massive role hit, is a massive factor in this one, as I mentioned in qualifying. And it's actually Daniel Kvyat who replaced me at Toro Rosso when we left for Red Bull in Season 3. So that's interesting. I'm going to try and do something a little bit different for Season 5, potentially, but we'll wait and see how that all pans out. We'll have to wait and see. There's a whole flurry of cars now ahead of us, so we've done particularly well to catch up to the train. And I can just see 10th place as well, so the points is still on, lads, even though we're P13 in the minute. Getting blue flags waved as well. A little bit of a cheeky drift as well. So we can see Max Verstappen. We're going to drop it to lean for now while we're behind him. Helps with tyre wear, helps with fuel as well, so we can make an assault in the last 5 laps or so. So if I was Red Bull, I would ask Toro Rosso very politely to move out of the way. Perez has still got issues with his car as well, so this is going to help us as well. And now right on the back of Max. We've joined the train, the Perez train. I'm sure Justin will be very happy to see that. That his man's in the points. Pulling away from Haryanto as well, which is obviously very nice. But look at the train ahead of us. Of about, what, 3 cars? So this could be for 8th place again. So next race, guys, is Canada, which I'll probably be doing tomorrow. And I'm actually going to make a video about my plans for the future for the series and the start times and stuff. I'm going to do it a bit later, just to help out you guys, obviously who are in school. Vettel's in the pits, I've just noticed. Obviously, you guys know I stream at 3 o'clock normally, and I know a lot of you are still in school, college, uni, work. So I'm planning to do it a bit later in the day. On certain times, so please keep informed on Twitter, on my Twitter, for any updates and your sub feeds if you've watched this on YouTube, of course. But the streams will be in the evening times now to help. As most of my subscribers and followers are from European areas, I need to be considering them as well. So that's why I'm making the change now. The gag of the cars here. This is going to be fun. To battle through here. Someone's going to make a mistake, and we're just going to be like, boop, in we go. We're playing it nice and cool though. Just a bit of a cheeky lock up there from us. Oh, Verstappen's gone very wide. Give him enough space there for Max, but thank you very much for that pass. We're in the points, lads. We are now in the points. Once again, with a very, very risky move. Just got on the power. Verstappen had a bit of issue with traction on the rear, and we were like, thank you very much. Max left us room, and we take the position there. So we're now into 10th spot. We're now hunting down the next man, which is Daniel Kvyat in P9, and then we've got Checo Perez in P8 with a couple of cars ahead of us. I don't know if that's for position or not, I'm not too sure. We'll wait and see. Just around the power, got to go dead lean again, just to save a little bit of fuel. Remember, we're still going to do the assault strategy. Give the cup a little bit. And we're going to do the same thing we did to... Oh no! Oh no! I don't know what's going on there. What was Kvyat doing? What was he doing? I don't know what happened there. I don't know if Kvyat was trying to go into the pits or not, but we just did the same thing we did to Max Verstappen a lap ago. And that has just cost us a little bit there. I think Kvyat, I don't know what Kvyat was doing, or was he going to pit or something? I don't know, but I have to re-watch that because I don't know. We did basically the same thing we did to Max. Oh, I don't know, but we're back to square one again, what we did earlier. But trying to do the same move. Kvyat was having none of it there, I have to say. We're still going to carry on. I'm not going to pit now. There's no point. With what, nearly 10 laps, nearly what, 13 laps to go. There's no point. We can let. Oh, Perez has got front wing damage as well. That may be the reason why we are catching up to him quite quickly, but we'll just have to just take this now on the chin and just get on with it. As indeed Kvyat does go into the pit, so I think he was going intentionally for the pit lane, but I didn't really know. So a racing incident there from us, but we can actually see the tyre wear now, which is quite good. I think we'll be safe now, because Bottas, I have no idea where he is on the track, but we've got a fair distance to him, and Perez is not far up the road as well. Oh my god, that was close, but 4 seconds to the car ahead. We've got Rosberg still leading this, so Rosberg could be catching us up to lap us very soon at the end of the race, which obviously is fine. Just shows how quick Mercedes are at the minute. Tyre wear is not an issue now, with it being only 26%, probably 50 by the end of the race. But we've already done our allocation of tyres, so it's not too bad. Just gonna have to take it so conservatively now if we want to finish this and score Littlemore GP's first points of the season. To make Raskas very nicely there. And the last corner as well, very cleanly. Not doing that too bad now.
The gap to the car ahead is 2.8 seconds.
We're actually getting time on Perez as well, so we could be finishing 7th, lads, in this race, which would be quite a shock, really, from what we had. We had, what, a pile-up at the hairpin, we had that incident just now with Kvyat. So, and we've got a nice 24-second gap to our teammate as well, so nothing to worry about him. Make the hairpin once again. You can just see the back of the Force India there. So we are on the charge now as we come up to nearly 11 laps remaining of this race, and the scenes in the chat is lovely. I can only quickly glance over and see the comments that have been said on both Twitch and YouTube, so back end slides out again. Oh, that's going to be the problem there. The swimming pool complex, mainly good for taking it flat. Don't think we're going to be doing that now. As Perez enters the pits again, so it's another stop for Force India, so they're doing the 2-stop. So Perez will most likely be on the Ultras to the end of the race, so bit of an interesting call there, and Ricciardo's 30 seconds up the road, so I think this is going to be a bit of a cruise now for 10 laps. But unless the pack behind pits for Ultras, then I just don't see the point of pitting, because it's like a 28-second pit stop from going into pit lane to leaving pit lane with a pit stop in it. So I think we can just keep it clean now, and we should be fine. But you know what the series has been like, though. We can make mistakes, and that's not what we don't want, of course. And Bottas is bringing quite a few people with him, which is kind of concerning for us, which we don't want, of course. And it actually is a man who is a lap down ahead of us, because obviously the next car is Ricciardo. Run a bit too deep into the start of the swim section. Come to Raskas again. Running a little bit too deep on entry, but we get the exit perfect. This last corner is a bit of a pain, so we've got that. Not too bad. Anyway, 10 laps to go now. At the line. 10 more laps of this horrible, difficult track. I only say horrible because without a little bit of, when you got a little bit of wing damage or more, it is horrible to drive, and you just gotta be so cautious to finish this race. And by the way, guys, if you want to see exclusively what the conditions are for the next race in Canada, then make sure to head over to the Twitch stream, where obviously I will still be on for another 5-10 minutes afterwards for just a little chill down and other stuff, so just want to get a bit of a heads up to anyone on YouTube side of things. If you want to see some exclusive preview for the next round in Canada, then please make sure to come over to the Twitch channel. Not now, of course. We've still got like, well, 9 laps when we cross the line, but just want to put it out there. All the Twitch people, you got to get some exclusive right now.
Distance to the leader is 54.9 seconds.
But at the minute, only what, 9 to go. We're on course for our best finish of the season by a long shot, if we manage to survive and not crash. And we could be on the verge of sacking, actually, if you think about it. So definitely not what we want, but we are the #1 driver in the team, of course, so we may just be demoted down to #2 driver, I think, if we went in the red. I'm not sure what happens, but we'll wait and find out as we're coming to near the end now.
I'd like rain to arrive in around 10 minutes time.
Rain? Rain? Lads, the rain's coming, lads. Gotta get those intermediates ready. Not. It did this before. It was dry on the actual weather forecast, and then Jeff says rain, but it never came. It's kind of weird, I have to say. Let's run a little bit wide as well at the last corner. Back end starting out a little bit. How many laps to go then? 8 laps to go. Bottas is nowhere to be seen. Ricciardo's too far up the road. I could just go and lean to the end of the race here and just chill, if I'm honest, but you guys know me very well.
27.5 seconds.
We've got nearly a 30-second lead on our teammate as well, just outlining how quick we are in this car. We've been really quick here in this career mode against our teammate. Just been unlucky in the races, really, with hardware failure with my old wheel. So tad little bit wide there. Get that spot on there. Oh, just nearly into the wall there. Swim pull. Take a lot of curb there. Just unsettled the car there, which we don't want. Now Raskas once again. Rosberg's going to win this, I think. He could actually take the lead of the championship if I am good with my maths. I think he will lead the championship if Hamilton's second. Yeah, he will actually, because he's 2 points ahead, or 2 points behind Hamilton going into this one. Verstappen, I think, is going to lose out massively here for his third place.
The gap to the car behind is 8.4.
It's getting a very overcast again now. What's the gap now? Still 8 seconds, so we actually are maintaining the gap, which is actually quite good to Bottas behind, so that's not too bad, really. I have to say. Tyres are starting to go off a little bit now, especially on the fronts. Front left specifically, 42%. Just starting to lose a little bit of grip. Just trying to be cautious through some corners here. Like that corner, Raskas, definitely. We had a spin there in the AOR League race and after the tunnel as well, so we've got to be careful of those two specific corners. As we go into Sandoval. Oh, big cut there. Back end slides out from it though, so unsettles the car, slows us down. Bottas will catch up. Starting to lose a bit of grip now. I can feel it on the wheel. And Bottas is now catching us. It's now 7.2 the gap. So Bottas has been pretty good on his tyres, I have to say, but he's got no one behind him. Oh, speaking of which, There is a bit of a train behind him, but they're not that close to him. He's about 3 seconds or so ahead of that train, so don't want to be in that if we keep losing this much time. But we're coming up to 5 laps to go now. So I think now, tactically, we have to go and lean, I feel, just to reduce the traction on the rears and try and keep this car planted on the track is the only option we've got right now. We're coming up then to start lap 35 with only 5 laps to go of this race, and we could be on course for a first points of the season with the 3rd slowest team in the field, and the first points for a brand new team making its way to the field this season. Littlemore GP getting its first point of the season, and you know what that means, guys, as well. We will get an upgrade on the car, which I hope you guys have been thinking about which one we need. Most likely it's going to be either drag or fuel, so we need to be thinking about which one we feel is best. So we'll wait and see what you guys have got in mind. Obviously you don't have to make your mind up now. We've still got 5 laps to go, unless we crash out, of course, which I hope we don't. Having some really severe issues now with this car now on tyre degradation, so something we need to look into maybe in the setup. Obviously the front wing doesn't help. A little bit of front wing damage and tyre wear. So not long to go then. 4 laps to go, as I will come across the line once again. Go through Casino Square once again. Gap's now 5.8 seconds, so Bottas is coming for us, who wiped us out in Season 1 at Mexico, so hopefully he won't do the same again, of course. Only 3 and a bit laps to go now, and we've made it home. Obviously with the issue we had in the first take, of course, on the first lap, being power drive behind from someone. I don't know who it was. Oh, that was a very poor line, Ryan. What was that? And there is Bottas there. Bottas seems to be pretty good on his tyres. We're not pretty good at our tyres, are we, guys? As he's only 3 odd seconds behind. So now it's all about holding on. But we should be, if Bottas gets past us, we'll still be 8th, because I think the pack behind are too far back. We only lost 5 seconds to Ricciardo as well, which isn't too bad. Because it was like 29 seconds when we pitted, and that was on, what, lap 15, I think it was? So we've done pretty well to keep the gap as down as we can. But Bottas is the man we've got to be careful of now. He's just got no grip now. He's really struggling for grip. You know what, screw it. Oh, rain in 5 minutes. It's not even going to drop down before the end of the race, so don't even have to worry about that, Jeff, I'm afraid. Oh, just scrape the wall there. Just playing it nice and cool. Here we go, 2 laps to go then, as we come across the line. Priority is to hold Bottas off, run a little bit wide at the last corner. Rear's going off as well. Here we go then, 2 to go. And this could be history in the making for this team. Only their 6th race of the season. 2 Q3 appearances for their driver, Ryan Littlemore. Obviously me, of course. and could be on its way to a first points finish for the team, and get those cheeky sponsors maybe looking at us and maybe thinking we'll put some money into that team. We'll see how they get on. Run a little bit wide as well, but getting on there. Obviously the sponsors for promotion purposes as well, so if you know anyone, I don't know if Jimmy's still watching this, but I'd love to get Grip TV's logo sponsored on the car at some point. Don't know how I'm going to do it though, obviously to fit it in with the colour scheme, but that's if Jimmy's still here. But anyway, we're going to come on to the final lap then of this race. Here we go, lads. So we come just a little bit wide than we would have liked, but here we go. One more lap to go in this Monaco Grand Prix. It looks like Rosberg's going to win it, if you've been looking at the top left-hand corner.
So the gap to our teammate is 27.4 seconds.
But the gap behind's 2.5 seconds, so we've got enough to hold off Bottas for P7, as Rosberg has already crossed the line as he wins the Monaco Grand Prix and does what his dad did, Keke Rosberg did. And he's now, I don't know really, I don't know how many times he's won it now in career, if he won it in career mode, but I think it's his second win. Obviously you count the one in real life and then you count the ones in career mode that I've done, so you know what, just forget what I just said there about Rosberg. He wins anyway, and he will lead the championship as well, going to Canada, where we pulled off probably one of the best finishes of the season as well, from Sebastian Vettel on the last corner with DRS to win that one. But coming into the last sector, Bottas is catching us, so we have got to be so vigilant right now. With one sector to go, Little More GP is about to make history in Season 4 of career mode. We're coming into the final two corners. We go run a little bit wide at Raskas, and we come into the final corner, and it's going to be the first points finish of the season for the team. A brilliant achievement, a historic moment for them. And we get P7, a brilliant drive from the mistakes we made. A brilliant drive. I'm happy with that, lads. P7, get in there, lads. There we go.
A great win then for the Mercedes team today. And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
The difference was clearly in the strategy. You could tell they'd done a lot of work on the pit wall to really optimise each stint and get the most out of the tyres. And it highlights just how much of a team sport this really is. And the credit to the driver as well, though. There's no good having a well-oiled machine behind the scenes without a talented hand on the wheel, of course.
Well, I'm thoroughly exhausted after the excitement of that race, but I'm sure it's nothing compared to our drivers here. They've worked hard to make it up there, and it's great to see them make their way out onto the podium.
So there we go, lads, on the podium, and it is a Mercedes lockout there, I believe it is, first and second. Vettel, oh, was that Raikkonen? Raikkonen in P3, so all the Raikkonen fans are going to be happy with that, of course. So Rosberg wins.
And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Nico Rosberg takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after that excellent result. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Felipe Massa. For me, that was an outstanding performance that drew on every bit of his not unsubstantial experience.
And now let's take a look at the constructors' standings. Mercedes have extended their lead at the top of the standings. Meanwhile, Ferrari have improved their position. A strong weekend from them as they fight their way towards the top. Well, what a weekend that has been. Please join us next time for another thrilling instalment of this Formula One season.
So here are the results then. Hamilton actually got third, so I did get that wrong there. But Rosberg wins by 11 seconds from Raikkonen in second. Hamilton P3. Jenson Button and Alonso doing pretty well for McLaren, so definitely ones to watch out for later in the season. Ricciardo in P6, we're P7. Bottas 8th, Verstappen was 9th, and Hulkenberg gets 10th. Perez, unfortunately, did the two stops, so all of them didn't particularly do well. Ericsson got 13th, which is good for the team, so a very strong performance from a Little More GP here today. Vettel, the surprise there, down in 17th place and got lapped as well. With Harianto Grosjean there, the French baguettes, the last man, as Palmer was the only man to retire from the race. But this is going to be music to my ears in a minute. But Rosberg leads the way now by 8 points from his teammate Lewis Hamilton, and Verstappen there with that poor race really, 25 points behind Nico Rosberg a win basically behind. Raikkonen's up to P5 in the standings. Vettel's dropped to P8. Bottas is up to 9th. Sainz is holding him just ahead of Alonso. But look at that, lads. We're now 16th in the championship. Get in there, lads. Get in there. We're getting up the field, which is what we want. And in the constructors, we're not bottom anymore. We're second bottom as Renault pip now down to 11th in the standings there. So absolutely brilliant drive from us, even though we made 2 mistakes in the race. And with the with the restart as well, which I didn't really want to do, but you know, on there. So we're going to get resource points, and we're going to see on the YouTube side of things if we smashed the light goal. And unfortunately, we haven't hit it. But what's more important, guys, is we did meet the objective of 14th or higher, which means we're going to get an upgrade regardless for you guys. So we get to see the rivalry update, which I should have shown in the last one. On there, so we're now 23-9 to Haryanto, and this is going to be good. Look at that, we're in the purple, lads, once again. On there, not Bob career mode score, but we will be doing an upgrade, guys, in this episode right now, and then I'll wrap things up on YouTube side of things. But on Twitch, you get to see a bit of exclusivity coming up very shortly, so we can play with either the fuel or the drag. And if I'm honest, I'm going to go with drag. I feel drag is mostly the ideal one to do, so we're going to confirm drag, get that on the car, bish bash bosh. We may jump McLaren here possibly, but I doubt we will on there. So we're going to do the other 2 for level 3, which is the engine and the fuel, next time around the next episode. But for YouTube side of things, thank you so much, guys. Absolutely insane viewers right now, I have to say. Ridiculous amount of viewers. If you want to come over, guys, to see what the plans for Canada, then go to my Twitch channel. The mods will be very nicely, will be spamming in the chat right now for the Twitch link. So if you want to see me on for another 10-15 minutes, then please go over there right now. But for YouTube, I'll be back at 8 PM tonight for the AOR PC Split 1 race at Singapore. So please make sure to come along in there and support me in that one. And it's first appearance of the wheel in the league as well, so it should be quite good there. On there. So thank you guys for watching on YouTube. Make sure to slap a like on it and subscribe for more F1 content, and we'll be back later this evening. If you can't make it, it'll be tomorrow for Canada in career mode. So until then, it's been Ryan for YouTube. It's goodbye from me, and I'll see you very soon for another video. Until then, on YouTube, it's goodbye.